Welcome back to a brand new episode of, and I know it has been a really long time since I have made one of these, and I promise I plan on getting back to a more normal upload schedule. So hopefully this is the first of many scheduled releases. The plan is to have it on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And hopefully that'll give you a more timely release schedule and something to look forward to. The main reasoning behind all of that is to really get a sense of consistency going on in this channel. I understand that a lot of people who follow me on social media get more of a consistent output. It's almost daily. That will also be changing to follow this schedule. I believe that it's due time that I focus on quality over quantity. And I believe that I need to start treating my marketing or just how I put myself out there as artwork itself. And it becomes increasingly important to truly separate myself from someone who wants to be an influencer. Because at the end of the day, I'm someone who makes art. And I mentioned this in, I believe it was my first or second video. I'm not here to be an influencer, I'm here to be an artist. And I think it's a due time that I use these platforms in a way that reflects my goal and not someone else's. Hopefully the audio is good. I'm using a different mic setup. But moving forward with the show, today's topic is going to be about how your art is not actually a reflection of you. Now, this may seem very counterintuitive, but I believe that once I explain it and kind of show you all my perspective, it'll provide some clarity and help make sense of the topic. So, to start, I wanted to talk about the idea that often people believe art is you. Your art is an extension of who you are. Although I do agree with this at many points, I also strongly disagree. The main reason being that for a really long time, I struggled with posting on social media. And one of my biggest fears was, what will people think of me? What will people, when they see my song, how will that impact their perception of me? And it wasn't until New Sounds, actually, this most recent album, also, shameless plug, New Sounds, out now, everywhere, check it out. It is something I'm super proud of, and y'all have been part of this journey for a really long time, and it's just something cool. But side tangent aside, art is not necessarily an extension of you. Now, for someone who has never interacted with me in person and does not know me, my art is their only way of knowing me. But even then, one piece does not tell you who I am entirely. It merely captures a feeling or an experience I had in a very small period of time. Realistically, can a 2-minute song properly convey any complex feeling I have? Can it properly convey a year of my life, let alone the 20 I've lived so far? Which kind of is the main reason behind my argument that art is not a complete reflection of yourself. It is not a mirror. It is merely a snapshot. And even then, it is a small portion of a snapshot, right? If you were to take a photo of me and I'm smiling, I'm hanging out with my friends, that is not a pure reflection of you. That is simply a moment of you. And the same goes for your art pieces. I also think this connects to the idea that people are always in motion, people are always changing. You are never the same person. No man can step in the same river twice, for he is not the same man, and it is not the same river. And I believe art does a good job in reflecting that. A great example of this would be Kanye West, where if you were to listen to, let's see, anything off of College Dropout, it would not make sense to use those songs to connect to who he is right now. No correlation. You could not listen to those songs and say, hey, this is the same man that is uh, in Japan right now. For example, I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm not gonna say a song off of College Dropout, and it's gonna be really awkward. Um, let's see. College Dropout. I think All Falls Down is on that album. That person doesn't exist anymore. And even when that song came out, that person no longer existed. That person only existed in the hour or two that that song was recorded in. And the same goes for quite literally anything. To give another example, if I journal about my day, the day is already over. I am not the same person I was when I woke up. I had experiences throughout the day that changed me and changed my perspective, or how I even see one thing. So it's a little hard to justify when someone says that one piece of art reflects who someone is or what they stand for. And there's a lot of nuance in that too, because what if I make a piece of art that is very politically messaged, has a lot of strong statements about current events? I don't have to agree with them to make art. Sometimes I just make it. So then, how do you determine what is true to that person and what's not? What is performative? What is real? Right? It becomes a very slippery slope. And then we start to realize that our perception of reality is often realer than reality itself. For example, if I hand you something that looks like an ancient artifact, something that is, let's say, thousands of years old, extremely valuable, and I hand it to you, and you are aware that such artifacts exist, you will treat it with so much care because you don't know if it's real or not. In your eyes, it is real, it is priceless, it is rare, and you cannot mess with it because that is your perception of reality. And that's what you choose to believe. So, in short, this was a shorter video, but in short, your art and the art that others make does not reflect who you are or who they are, but simply shows what they might have thought about, experienced, or believed in a short period of time, a snapshot. It is the equivalent of taking a photo of someone. I'll see you in the next one.